Most of us trade our time for money without ever questioning the true cost. Your Money or Your Life challenges this cycle, showing that financial freedom is not only about wealth, but about reclaiming our lives. Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez reveal that money is not just numbers in a bank account. It is our energy, our hours, our very life force. By redefining money, we can redefine what it means to truly live. The book teaches us that every dollar represents time we will never get back. If we waste money, we waste life. But if we align spending with values, we reclaim control and meaning. This perspective transforms financial decisions into life decisions. The authors guide us to evaluate every purchase against our real priorities. Before we continue, remember to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this message with others seeking freedom. One of the core principles is financial independence through awareness. Most people drift financially, unaware of how much they spend or why. The authors encourage us to track every dollar, not as punishment, but as empowerment. Awareness brings clarity, and clarity reveals choices. When we see clearly where our money goes, we can redirect it toward freedom instead of waste. The simple act of awareness is the first step to transforming our relationship with money. The book also introduces the concept of life energy. Money equals hours of our life spent earning it. If something costs $100, it may actually represent 10 hours of work after taxes and expenses. Seeing money this way changes how we spend. Suddenly, unnecessary purchases lose appeal because they represent stolen time. Understanding life energy makes us wiser, showing that the real currency is not dollars, but the precious hours of our lives. Another key lesson is the wall chart, a visual tool for tracking income, expenses, and investments. Each month, we plot where our money goes and watch the progress toward financial independence. This chart turns abstract numbers into motivation, making our journey visible. Progress becomes tangible, and discipline becomes exciting. By seeing results accumulate, we stay inspired. The wall chart is more than numbers. It is a picture of our growing freedom and control over life. The authors highlight the importance of cutting unnecessary spending. We often confuse wants with needs, filling our lives with clutter that drains our energy. Your Money or Your Life encourages us to ask, is this bringing me fulfillment, or is it costing me my life energy? This simple question transforms habits. We begin to spend consciously, aligning every purchase with joy, value, and purpose. Cutting waste is not deprivation. It is liberation from meaningless consumption. Another principle is aligning money with values. The authors remind us that money should serve our lives, not dominate them. Too often, we work jobs we dislike to buy things we do not need. This cycle traps us in frustration. By aligning spending with values, whether family, freedom, creativity, or contribution, we build a life of meaning. Money becomes a tool for purpose, not pressure. Values-driven spending is the foundation of financial peace. The book also teaches us about the crossover point. This is the moment when passive income from investments covers all expenses. At that point, we are free from working for survival and can choose how to live. The crossover point is not about massive wealth, it is about balance. By lowering expenses and steadily investing, we move closer to freedom. This milestone represents the shift from working for money to letting money work for us. One of the most powerful exercises is the fulfillment curve. The authors show that happiness increases with spending only up to a point, then it declines. Beyond meeting needs, more consumption often brings stress, debt, and emptiness. Recognizing this curve saves us from the trap of endless accumulation. True fulfillment comes not from more things, but from enough. Enough is powerful. Enough is freedom. Learning to recognize enough is the key to financial independence. Another lesson is that money decisions are never just financial. They are emotional, social, and spiritual. Many of us chase money out of fear, comparison, or insecurity. This leads to endless dissatisfaction. The book teaches us to make money decisions with awareness and integrity. When we see money as life energy, choices gain deeper meaning. Each dollar saved is more freedom. Each debt repaid is more peace, and each investment is more possibility. The authors remind us that simplicity creates abundance. By reducing clutter, cutting waste, and focusing on what truly matters, we feel richer with less. Simplicity does not mean poverty, it means clarity. A simpler life opens space for joy, creativity, and freedom. Many who pursue endless wealth remain anxious, while those who simplify often feel wealthy. Abundance is not how much we own, but how fully we live. Simplicity turns money into freedom. The book also emphasizes community. Financial independence is easier when shared. Robin and Dominguez encourage us to join with others who seek freedom, sharing knowledge and support. Alone, discipline can feel heavy, but together it becomes inspiring. Communities create accountability, encouragement, and celebration. Wealth is not only individual, it is collective. By supporting one another, we multiply results. Babylon thrived on shared wisdom, and so can we. Community turns personal freedom into shared abundance. Finally, the first half of the book teaches us that money is not the end goal, it is the means. The purpose of financial independence is not to stop working, but to live with choice. It is about waking up each day free to decide how we spend our time, our energy, and our resources. Money buys freedom when managed with discipline, but freedom is the true goal. Wealth is not just numbers, it is life lived fully. The second half of the book focuses on building financial independence through investments. Once we reduce expenses and save consistently, we direct money to safe, income-producing assets. The goal is not speculation or gambling, but steady, reliable growth. Financial freedom is not about chasing the next hot opportunity. It is about creating stability through discipline. By investing with wisdom, we allow money to work for us, freeing our time and energy for life. Robin and Dominguez emphasize that financial freedom requires redefining success. Too often, society measures success by consumption, possessions, and appearances. But true success is measured by freedom, purpose, and contribution. This redefinition protects us from the endless chase for more. We learn to ask not, how much do I earn? But how much freedom have I created? Success becomes less about comparing with others and more about aligning life with values that fulfill our deepest needs. Another powerful teaching is the practice of gratitude. When we appreciate what we already have, the urge to overspend decreases naturally. Gratitude shifts focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds us that life is already rich when we have health, relationships, and purpose. Many people feel poor because they compare endlessly. Millionaires feel rich because they recognize enough. Gratitude is free, but it creates wealth beyond measure. Gratitude turns financial independence into emotional and spiritual freedom. The authors also encourage us to embrace minimalism. Minimalism is not about deprivation, it is about clarity. By owning less, we spend less, stress less, and free more energy for what matters. Our homes, schedules, and finances become lighter. With fewer distractions, we focus on growth, creativity, and contribution. Minimalism complements financial independence because it removes clutter from both our environment and our wallets. Simplicity is not sacrifice, it is strength. Minimalism multiplies freedom by reducing excess. One of the book's most inspiring truths is that money alone cannot create happiness. Happiness is the byproduct of alignment when our spending, values, and time harmonize. Many people earn fortunes but live in misery because they are misaligned. Others with modest incomes live abundantly because they align choices with purpose. The lesson is timeless. Happiness is not for sale. Happiness is created by living consciously, valuing life energy, and choosing to build freedom every day. The book also reminds us that freedom requires courage. Leaving behind habits of overwork and overspending feels uncomfortable at first. Society pressures us to conform, to consume, and to compete. But courage allows us to choose differently. It allows us to step off the treadmill and design our own life. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. Every courageous choice strengthens our independence, proving that freedom is worth the discomfort. Robin and Dominguez also stress the importance of balance. Financial independence should not become another obsession. If we obsess over every penny, we risk missing the joy of life. The key is balance, saving without deprivation, investing without obsession, living with discipline, but also with joy. Balance ensures that money serves life, rather than life serving money. True wealth is harmony between earning, saving, giving, and living fully in the present moment with peace. Another vital point is the role of contribution. The authors remind us that the highest use of money is to improve not only our own lives, but the lives of others. Contribution multiplies wealth by turning it outward. When we use our resources to create opportunity, reduce suffering, or share knowledge, we create ripples of abundance. Financial independence is not just personal, it is communal. Contribution transforms wealth from numbers into meaning, legacy, and fulfillment. The book also introduces the idea of sufficiency. Sufficiency is different from scarcity and excess. It is the state of having enough and knowing it. Many chase excess, others fear scarcity, but sufficiency brings peace. It allows us to live fully without endless striving. Sufficiency empowers us to enjoy life now while still preparing for tomorrow. It is the balance point where gratitude meets discipline. Sufficiency is freedom, the sweet spot where money and life align. The authors encourage us to question deeply. What is money for? This question reframes everything. Is money for endless accumulation? Or is it for building freedom, peace, and purpose? Is it for buying status or for creating opportunities? When we ask what money is for, we reclaim power from cultural illusions. We stop chasing shadows and start designing lives. Money becomes a servant, not a master. This simple question unlocks wisdom, clarity, and direction. Another reminder is that small steps create big change. Many people feel overwhelmed by the idea of financial independence, but the book shows it is achieved one decision at a time. Tracking expenses, reducing waste, saving a little more, these small actions compound over years into freedom. The power of tiny steps is undeniable. Great transformations rarely happen overnight. They happen through simple, daily choices that accumulate. Every step we take today builds tomorrow's independence and peace. Ultimately, your money or your life teaches us that wealth is not about having more, but about needing less. Financial freedom is not a dream reserved for the elite. It is available to anyone willing to live consciously, with discipline and courage. The book's wisdom transforms money from stress into strength, from pressure into peace. It reminds us that our lives are too precious to be sold cheaply. True wealth is life itself, lived fully. This message is timeless. Our money and our life are deeply connected. When we master one, we master the other. Financial independence is not about escaping work, but about reclaiming choice. It is about using our life energy wisely to create joy, purpose, and contribution. If this message inspired you today, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share it with others. Freedom begins the moment we choose it.